The 5-1 Philadelphia 76ers take on the 5-1 Chicago Bulls tonight, and Jared McCain might return. Let's talk about what Jared McCain brings to the team, how his injury bug started, and then we'll do a little Sixers-Bulls preview at the end of this video. Let's go!
Sixers, why won't you just lose and put me out of my misery? Why do you gotta keep doing this to me, bro? Nobody else should touch the ball right here. He shoots it from the logo. Oh, we're going overtime! Tyrese Maxey is a god amongst men!
Running Back Nation, what is good? Thank you for coming back to the channel. If you're brand new here, subscribe. We cover the 76ers every single day. Live streams during the games, post-game live after the game, and videos like this whenever the hell I feel like it. Sicko Nation, hit the like button for me one time. Let's get 1,000 likes on the video. Complete injury report from Kai Carlin for tonight's game against the Chicago Bulls. It's only 2 players. When's the last time the Sixers had an injury report and there was only 2 players on there? Well, it's 3 players. Dominic Barlow also. I forgot. I just saw 2 lists. Anyway, probable Jared McCain, ladies and gentlemen. The young, zesty sniper. The guy who will give you 30, go home, put on a bonnet, and bake cookies in your grandma's kitchen. He will give you 40 and sneak into your house in the middle of the night just to paint your sister's nails while she's sleeping. He'll give you 50, go make a TikTok video that has nothing to do with sports that gets more views than the entire game. Jared McCain is listed as probable. Paul George is still out with sore pinky, is it? No, that was last year. Podcastitis, I think it's... No, that was last year. Paul George is out still with his left knee surgery recovery. I thought he looked healthy in some of those practice videos in before the season started in training camp. I'm sure it's just a conditioning thing with Paul George. I'm sure he'll be ready to go pretty soon. And Dominic Barlow, I did see a report last night that Dominic Barlow's elbow injury, is recovery time is taking longer than everybody expected. He had stitches in his elbow. So we'll see when Dominic Barlow comes back. But obviously the major news here is the return of Jared McCain. And what does Jared McCain bring to this 76ers team? Jared McCain, before he went down with a meniscus tear, was on pace to win Rookie of the Year. Was averaging 15.3 points per game as a rookie, was shooting 46% from the field, was shooting 38.3% from 3, was ranked number 1 on the rookie ladder. His shooting off the dribble was elite. His catch and shoot 3 was elite, especially quick release deep in the corner late in the shot clock. He had some Klay Thompson-esque catch and shoot buckets last season. His ability to break down a defender in an ISO situation and get into the lane and be patient with this little mid-range jumper. I mean, it was really, really hard to stop for most defenders that faced him. But what he really brings to the 76ers that they are missing is point guard tendencies. Jared McCain last season, in a limited amount of games, ranked in the top 25% in the NBA as a pick and roll ball handler. Now, me personally, I think Jared McCain's the only actual point guard on the squad. I don't think he's going to get that opportunity right off the bat, but I think it'd be best for the 76ers if they get to a point where McCain, Maxey, and VJ are all on the floor together. Frees up Maxey. Not as much on-ball responsibility. He can be free to fly around screens and run off ball. And Jared McCain's, he's the only guy that really runs a pick and roll and reads the floor and just looks like a point guard to me. Being in the top 25% as a rookie is really good, especially for a guy who handled the ball and created offense early in his career. It means he was already more efficient than most veterans running isolation or pick and roll sets. He ranked around the top quarter of all guards in ISO pick and roll efficiency. Elite, especially for a first-year player. Sadly, Jared McCain put on a 76ers jersey and instantly acquired the injury bug. Also, I accidentally cursed him last season when he was on the tear that he was on. He had 18 points in the first half of a game. I bet his 30-point over for the second half. He immediately went ice cold. He shot 10% from 3 over the next couple of games, and then he tore his meniscus. He came back from meniscus surgery and tore the UCL in his thumb. So Jared McCain, the combination of putting on a 76ers jersey, already cursed, and the combination of me placing a bet on him, double curse. And so I'm sorry, Jared McCain. I will never personally place any bets on you to curse you, and hopefully the 76ers curse is over and you play out the rest of your career with no issues. Hey, let's do a little Sixers versus Bulls preview, but first, do me a favor, hit the like button if you're enjoying this content. Let's get 1,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these. And give me a Sixers versus Bulls score prediction in the comments. Sixers versus Bulls. Both teams 5-1. Sixers running on what I feel like is a new era led by Tyrese Maxey. Chicago Bulls running on a new era led by Josh Giddey. I went to the team stats for a comparison. Did you guys know that the 76ers in 6 games so far are leading the entire NBA in points per game? Chicago is 6th. 76ers rebounds per game. Now, they're always a terrible rebounding team. They always struggle so much to rebound. Being 14th right now isn't bad for the 76ers, and I think that's, a lot of that has to do with Jabari Walker. A lot of it has to do with Dominic Barlow in the first 2 games before he got injured. Because Joel hasn't been a great rebounder so far. Adem Bona is here and there. Andre Drummond had like 1 game where he went crazy on the boards and hasn't been so dominant since. 14th isn't bad for the Sixers in that category. 14th in the league in field goal percentage. Bulls are 6th. Bulls being 8th in rebounds per game concerns me a little bit for this matchup. Are the 76ers going to struggle to rebound against the Chicago Bulls? We will see. Free throw percentage 11th and 14th. 3-point percentage 3rd and 4th. Assists per game. 76ers rank 11th. That's not a bad stat, given the fact that, again, I don't believe they have a true point guard on the roster until he returns tonight. But Tyrese Maxey being the playmaker that he is, Quentin Grimes being the playmaker that he is, he had 13 assists off the bench last game. So the 76ers as a team are moving the rock. Some of that might have to do with the fact that Joel Embiid hasn't been out there. I'm not allowed to say that. But they do play faster and they move the rock more when Joel's not out there, and when they need to implement him into the offense and try to continue to keep up the pace and continue to move the rock. We'll see how that progresses. The Chicago Bulls are 1st in the NBA right now in assists per game. A lot of that has to do with Josh Giddey, of course, but they have other ball handling playmakers on the squad too. Turnovers per game. The 76ers rank 8th best. So that's a great stat also. We struggle all the time in rebounding, turnovers, things like that. So we're on. These numbers are great for just the first couple of games of the season. Assist to turnover ratio. 76ers rank 5th. The Chicago Bulls rank 2nd. So both teams passed the rock and both teams have been taking care of the rock. Blocked shots per game, the 76ers ranked 2nd, and we're going to shout out our boy not even Andre Drummond. Who was it? Adem Bona. Why did I say Andre Drummond? He can't block a shot. We're going to shout out Adem Bona. I'm sure 7 blocks per game has a lot to do with him in the game against, who was it, Charlotte that they went to overtime with, or was it Washington? He had 5 blocks in 4th quarter and overtime alone. So shout out to Adem Bona for that. The Chicago Bulls ranked 19th in the NBA in block shots per game. So their rim defense a little weaker. I'm going to say that's because Nikola Vucevic is their starting center and he can't run or jump. More of an offensive guy. So if I were to implement a strategy myself, I would say the 76ers need to attack the rim from the very beginning of this game to the very end, and I want to see that VJ Edgecombe poster that I've been waiting for. Steals per game, 28th and 24th. 3-point percentage, 4th and 3rd. The Chicago Bulls were 5-0 until they lost to the New York Knicks the other night on November 2nd. So we'll see if the Sixers can give the Bulls their 2nd loss in a row. There you have it. Thanks for tuning in. Jared McCain might be back tonight. Paul George, Dominic Barlow still out. Sixers versus Bulls is going to be a fun one. Thank you for hanging out.